Having your own personal gym is something that I thought would cost lakhs of rupees, but I have come up with a pretty decent setup which costs between 50 to 60,000 rupees, and all of this works better than what I was expecting. So let's talk about what you can get. I will link to most of this stuff in the video description, but the first thing that most people think that they should have in a gym is a treadmill, and you really don't want to cheap out here as these are complex machines, so you should buy a quality model. This is the Max Pro PTM 405 that I got for around 25,000 rupees, and I don't think that you should get something that is cheaper than this. I think that this model is really great for the price. It looks quite good and it is stable enough for me. The maximum speed that this reaches is 14 km per hour with its 4.5 HP motor, and that should be plenty enough for most people. It also has this really nice tilting screen-like thing, and the controls also work well. This knob does feel kind of cheap, but it does its job and you can press these buttons in case this ever fails. It has a manual incline and it is so easy to change that I wouldn't want to pay extra money for an auto incline treadmill. It also folds up to be very compact and unfolds slowly and smoothly. We even have Bluetooth speakers on this, but they are placed on the opposite side, so the sound isn't that great, but I guess that it is better than not having anything. I am happy with its performance. The belt feels smooth, it is sturdy, and it feels like a quality product, but the biggest issue I have with it is its handles and its support. Unlike commercial treadmills, this is really not good enough to keep your complete weight on, and it won't break if you do it, but this top console and the stand are really not attached in a super sturdy way, so if you want to get out of the track, just move sideways or pull the emergency clip. Don't put your full weight on this stand. This is not a big negative, so overall, I would say that this has been a successful purchase and I would rate it 8.5 out of 10. The most versatile machine is of course going to be this multi-gym machine from Lifeline. I have to say that this is really amazing for its price because at just 15,000 rupees you can do so many things on this. You can do lat pulls, triceps, chest exercise, bench press, rows, face pulls, leg extensions, biceps, and a lot more exercises on this. The quality of this machine and its pipes is just good enough, and it is sturdy enough for medium to high level loads. It comes with a 72 kg stack and I have used up to 50 or 60 kgs and the cables didn't break even though they don't look very thick. This doesn't come with lubricated cables and pulleys, so you have to do that manually, and that makes it much smoother than how it arrives. I did assemble it myself, which was kind of a hassle, but you can save that money by paying around 1500 rupees for installation. Overall, I am satisfied with this machine, but I didn't know that you could do so many things on this, and if I could, I would have spent around 8000 rupees more to get their higher end model, which looks a bit more sturdier. This machine doesn't have any serious flaws, but during vertical bench press, you don't feel super confident while lifting heavy weights, which isn't a big deal because bench press is done better on a bench anyways. Another negative with this machine is that it isn't very suitable for tall people. I am 5 feet 9 inches and I find it to be good enough, but if you are over 6 feet then it may feel a bit restricting. The biggest point of possible failure on this would be its cables and pulleys, but these things can be easily replaced. I would rate this 8 out of 10 overall and 10 out of 10 for value for money. If you have a budget of 17 or 18,000 rupees, then I really think that this is the best thing that you can get. Next, let's move on to the bench, and this is from the same company as the treadmill. This cost me around 6,000 rupees and I really couldn't be happier from a bench. It is just very sturdy, it has a thick foam, the pleather material feels high quality, and the way to adjust it is also very easy and stable. You can also set it at a declined angle, it can fold up to become super compact, and this is even more stable than some of the benches that I have seen in commercial gyms, so I am just extremely satisfied with this and I would rate it 10 out of 10. Do give this video a thumbs up if you are liking it so far. Weights are of course going to be mandatory for any gym, and I was going to buy adjustable weights from FlexNest or XRG as they look quite convenient and even affordable, but then I found out that the holders for weight plates on them are made out of plastic and these are not really designed to be dropped, so if you ever drop these by accident then they may break. Their overall mechanism also feels a bit fragile, so I didn't go with them. Instead, I bought these basic hexagonal weights from Amazon Basics and Simactive, which is also an Amazon brand. These will obviously be a bit more expensive than adjustable weights, but they are much better in most areas. There is no need to set the weight and they are going to be much more durable. These weights do work well for me, but one thing that I really don't like is how random their grip design can be. On some of the dumbbells, the grip is really nice, but on 2 or 3 sets, the grip sticks out from the rest of the handle, which doesn't feel comfortable in hand. It's not an issue with my 15 kg pair, but it is an issue with my 7.5 kg pair, and I am not certain whether you could get a pair with a good grip or not, so I would rate these dumbbells 8 out of 10. You can go with the fancy adjustable dumbbells if you want, but if you are getting these hexagonal dumbbells, then it may be better to check out if they are available at any local gym shop in your area and see what kind of handles they have. Otherwise, these ones that I purchased online are also fine if you are feeling lucky, and they were slightly cheaper than the local market. Getting many sets of non-adjustable dumbbells can be more expensive of course, but if you know your weight range well, it may cost you almost the same or even less. I also bought these gym mats for 1000 rupees for 6 panels, and these are great for exercising on, and you can of course get a yoga mat for doing various things. Now one big thing missing from my gym is a pull-up rod, but you can easily get that for around 3000 rupees, and you can add all sorts of things like kicking pads and other machines according to your budget. I am also just going to use dumbbells for a chest press instead of racks with proper barbells, but if you have a budget for that, you can add that to your gym. So if you go to gym regularly and if you have any issues with your gym like it being too crowded, too noisy, or if you can't take time from your schedule, then I think that a home gym like this is a great solution. You may have to spend 50 or 60,000 rupees, and even if you get some higher end stuff and spend over a lakh, it is not that big of an expense considering that people are ready to spend that much for a phone. The bigger issue may be having a big room available for gym equipment, but at least 2 out of 3 things that I talked about can be folded very easily. So I will have all of these items linked in the video description. Let me know if you have more ideas or any questions about home gyms. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe with bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.